572-0383 and 572-0215. Rev-Up St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you checking us out on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X. Welcome to Hard Drive for today with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor, JJ's Paradise, and Joseph Shipping Agency. Joseph Shipping Agency, the only agency in St. Lucia with 24 hours efficient service. When everyone else is asleep, we are awake. Call Joseph Shipping Agency at 484-8888. That's 484-8888. Now, at JJ's Paradise, we are offering day pass specials for adults at a cost of $75 EC and children $45 EC, which includes pool access, one free drink, lunch, buffet style, and dessert ice cream. Children over 12 years will pay the adult price. Book a room for an additional $165 EC from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call JJ's at 721-7693. That's 721-7693 and book a day pass. Towels are not provided.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we truly care. During life's most difficult moments, we want you to know you are not alone.
At Rambali's, we are dedicated to providing dignity, compassion, and comfort when you need it the most.
Our caring team is here to walk with you every step of the way, whether it's in planning a gentle farewell or celebrating the beautiful life of your loved one.
We understand how precious they are, and we promise to honor their memory with the utmost respect and love.
Let us help you find peace and solace during this challenging time.
Please reach out to us at
758-452-2021, Castries, or 758-454-9239, Latuni, Viewfort, or visit us at ramballysfuneral.com.
We're here for you, ready to listen, support,
and serve with heartfelt compassion. You can lean on us.
At Rambali's, we care.
Alrighty, welcome to the show. This is Hard Drive for today, Wednesday, the 30th of July. My name is Andre Paul, the co-host of the show. To my immediate right, none other than the lovely Keena. Keena, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre Paul. How you doing?
I'm well. And you're well?
I'm doing great, actually.
Yeah, and let's say good morning to Tony Paul. Tony, welcome.
Hi, good morning and welcome everybody. Because, you know, it's like a lot of people. Couple of things I want to say.
Let's not forget DBS.
For sure. DBS. They're with us this morning. So again, welcome. Today, I have the cap. I'm just missing the gown. I'm graduating today, so I'll put on the gown later. So the cap is in full effect. So,
Lord.
And I'm doing like Lotus today. No headphones until we start accepting the calls.
All right, yeah.
You go,
And
boy.
it's colors day, man. Wow,
Yeah.
Andre and Keena matching, and I have a little something there too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The browns
blending.
We're actually blending, actually.
Yes, big time
Yeah,
blending.
The browns and the oranges.
You know, I'm one of Keena's biggest fans.
You are?
On Rev-Up, right?
You are.
So yesterday, Keena was on the air. So Keena was playing a song, like going tat, you know, that kind of beat and thing. You know, Keena dropped some moas. She dropped the moi.
Oh, she dropped the moi.
In time with the song. in time with the beat,
Oh gosh.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I see.
Oh, it made you feel so good, right?
Expert moi, you know.
Yeah,
Expert on moi.
In time, you know, in time with the song.
Unbelievable.
Just played a couple of old school.
Okay.
I don't remember which ones they were right now.
Yeah, her favorites.
Either Tiger or something. She was saying some song that.
I can't remember.
It was a 90s, I think 90s or 80s song. I don't remember exactly. All right, but anyway.
What's your favorite decade for music? Must be 80s.
Yeah, 80s.
I kind of
Yeah, man. Come on,
I
man.
should have allowed
I'm
you
an
to
80s
answer.
baby, after all.
Yeah, you were born in the 80s. Right,
Yes.
right.
I do like some of the 70s, but yeah, 80s
Yeah.
baby.
We're 70s, right, Tony? We're
Andre,
70s.
Big time.
Yeah, big time, big
I'm
time.
an 80s.
Every time, like I said it on Saturday, every time I'm playing the 80s, I'm like, 80s was not the greatest decade. when I'm playing the 70s, I'm going, the 70s were the greatest decade. Some people who are a little older tell you the 60s, like Nigel Nicholas. I wonder if he's listening. Nigel Nicholas, you know.
60s?
Nigel says 60s.
Wow.
Smoke says the 60s.
60s?
Yeah.
Did he mention what songs would be in the 60s that they would have felt that way?
There are a few, I mean, from me, top of my head, Sugar Pie, Honey, you know, songs like that.
You know
Sugar,
I
sugar,
love you.
That kind of thing.
Honey, honey. I'm just thinking those are those songs that came from the 60s, you know. Then you had your, James Brown was 60s or 70s?
Must be 70s.
70s.
Yeah,
I remember James Brown
when he really,
get on the good foot. You remember we had that?
Not even
record
20s,
song?
70s,
Get on
70s.
the good foot, right? 70s. So you know some other. I'm thinking, how let me put it this way: how dare you say the 60s was the greatest decade for music? For me, not even close. 60s were all right, but then it made way for the 70s, where you had the music of the instrumentation, Andre, your Earth, Wind and Fires, the kind of music that came out. Every single instrument was being heard. Woo!
You know, the amazing thing about each decade is because they lean in to the follow-up for the decade up. Like you had the 70s with Earth, Wind and Fire, then you had the 80s with the Michael Jacksons and the Chaka Khans and the others that fused elements from the 70s into the 80s, which made it even bigger.
And then came the 90s.
Yeah.
They just mess up everything. Computer generated music and boy, oh boy.
What would you say about the 2000s then? Oh my.
Forget it. 2000s, forget it. You know, since we're there, you know, we usually don't plan anything, right? So we just come and we just vibe, right? I'm going to ask the two of you. I start with Keena. You like Drake music?
No.
To me, Drake is. Do you like Drake music?
He's all right, yeah.
He's
cool.
He has a few songs, you know.
Let me tell
With
you,
Rihanna and so on.
Drake just has to say, number one already.
So that's the thing. That's the thing.
Number
About
one.
things, you know? It's like you say and that's a nothing song. You know what I mean?
And it goes to he's right, you know.
Number one.
You know,
Yeah.
he's actually really.
And one time he had on the Billboard charts, it was number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. It's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
You know? So that's why I asked
Ed Sheeran also did that one time. I think on the British charts. I think the entire top 10 was songs by Ed Sheeran.
When he first came out.
When
man.
we first came out, oh my gosh, it was phenomenal.
He was topping the
phenomenal.
Not only in the UK but around
From
the world
1
too.
to 10. Ed Sheeran from his album.
Yes.
And of course, some of the songs made it on the US charts as well.
Yes.
Some of the songs.
Right. All right. So you're talking about the British charts then?
Yes,
Yes,
British charts,
on the
yes.
British charts.
Yeah. He was huge. Yeah, the
Still is.
shape of You and all of that.
Still
you know what I
is.
mean?
That's right.
On his
That
Divide
song.
album, man, the songs top the charts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has had some really good songs.
And you know, let me ask you, as a much younger person than we are, when I play those songs, I always say I go into this zone. I actually remember what I was doing at that time, you know, and reminisce on a lot of things.
Yes, sir.
Right? When you play the songs from the 80s and the 90s, the one that you're familiar with, do you go into that zone
Yeah, man.
as well?
Most
Okay.
definitely. I remember, I grew up listening to the 80s, so I remember what my mom was cooking on that particular day, who she was home with, that kind of stuff. I go way, way, way back, especially
Amazing.
when I'm playing Calypso or Roxette or Berlin. Or, man, I go, let me tell you, it takes me way, 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 way back.
You know what the 80s does for Andrea and myself? Mostly me. On radio. I played those songs.
Exactly. That's what you remember. That's right.
Yeah, with the 80s and the 70s now, it's like when I wanted to be on radio. And Andrea was already on radio. And I want to do this too, you know? So that's what I remember for the 70s. And of course, Andrea, like you said, growing up, going to the parties.
That's exactly right.
Woo!
That's exactly
I
right.
tell you, man.
That's exactly right, Tony.
Those bring a bottle of parties and so on.
I'm invading parties as
Invading
well,
the parties.
too.
Yeah, for me, the parties would be dancehall, kind of.
Yes.
The Beanie Mans and the Bounty Killers.
What? Imagine
and
that.
this
That's
and
just
that. Yeah. Maybe Shaka Davis and Flyers or something. Yeah.
Talk about a generation
Looking at the
gap.
90s,
boy,
they're
big time,
big.
big time.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good
so
to share that, you
let
know.
me get into the
Yasmin.
Tomaso bread place today before people take my head. So today at the Tomaso bread place you can get fish broth. Okay, that's one, fish broth. And also 1 pot green fig and backs. So 2 of the favorites. Yes, so fish broth and 1 pot green fig and backs.
Rum food.
That's what you said, that rum food. Oh
boy.
my gosh. Oh my
So that's the
gosh.
place to go and check it out, the Tomaso Bread Place. Of course, the usual CMOS flavors include coconut, ginger, peanut and peanut punch, and regular CMOS with flaxseed and chia seeds. It's all happening at the Tomaso Bread Place today. Don't forget, you get your fish broth and also one pot green fig and backs. I love it, green figs and backs. Don't you like it, Tony?
Just the only back spot. I don't like the back spot.
Oh, you don't like?
You
You
like
serious?
No, not
Eh?
at
You
all.
kidding me, Tony?
Oh, what about the box that I like?
The backs are nothing. Backs is like, except if, well, I don't know. It's just bones. I don't know.
but Tony,
But
that's the best part.
Yeah, some people
bones,
actually
the
chew
bones.
on the bones, but
Yeah, it's
yeah.
soft. It's soft.
Yeah, when you know, actually, that was the first thing I learned to cook.
Backs.
A one pot with backs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. That was my favorite back in the day because when my mom said, go cook something, it's chicken backs.
And she also
green
says
fig,
she loves
yes.
she loves the
Boda back.
border
Yeah,
backs.
I remember
She
that.
loves that.
I remember that.
Now
Yeah,
that I
really well.
cannot eat that
No,
anymore.
forget
No.
that. Forget that.
I used to love it so much. I used to leave that for last on the plate, you know. Yeah, that piece of fat.
You know what my mom would do when she gets it and she seasoned it back in the day? She would, as I got older actually, because everyone was gone and when I came to visit, my mother would just stew Bax Bum Bum, boy.
Just for you.
Just
Just for you. Boy,
A pan of Bax
boy.
Bum Bum, I tell you, and I in that.
Oh gosh, right.
Yeah.
But Tony,
Yeah.
you used to like it, right?
Of course, I still like
Yeah,
it. Just like
yeah.
you.
Border,
I,
that
I'm not
part.
sure I used to leave it
There's
last.
something
I
about
don't remember
it, though.
leaving it last, but I used to destroy the backs, man.
Man,
The border
Yeah,
back.
yeah. I prefer it stewed.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
stewed.
yes, yes.
Yeah. With some breadfruit there, boy. Let me tell you.
Yes,
that's coming
breadfruit.
down.
Yeah, that's right.
You
That's
like
right.
Man,
Mm.
if I like breadfruit.
Andrew, you like breadfruit?
Hey, I love it, Tony. I love it.
I can't stand
Yeah,
breadfruit. I'll tolerate it ripe.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
When it's like half ripe, half green, I love breadfruit balls, making breadfruit balls with it.
Really?
Yeah, man.
But you know, Prince Kailash, he considers it a power food.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, breadfruit. Yes, a lot of the dishes that Kailash would make at his restaurant, 90% of the time he'd have breadfruit in there.
breadfruit?
Yeah,
Right.
he sees it as a superfood, and I think a lot of us underestimate the power of
The
that
power of
Maybe
breadfruit.
so. Maybe so.
Right.
That bloat me, man, Andre. That's just
Oh, really?
for hours I'm bloated.
Oh, wow.
You serious?
Oh, okay. So
But I guess not all
understand.
foods go with everybody.
Yes,
That's the
that
thing,
too.
you know.
That
Yeah.
too.
Is it very starchy?
Well, I mean, it has starch, but of course
starch,
it
but
has
I'm not
fiber.
sure. Fiber,
So you're good to go. You're good to go. All right. So anything you want to mention before we move on, because we have some things to discuss.
Yeah.
Anything?
Anything?
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's move on.
I think we mentioned it already. You know,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
music and the colors and
Right,
the.
right, right.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're all right. Yeah.
Let me ask you all, did you hear anything about some new party being formed with the key as adopting the key as the official symbol? Did you the chief elections officer had to come and respond to this thing? When I read that this morning, I said, hey, where did that come from?
I
haven't heard
heard
anything
something
about another party.
but, I
Yeah,
didn't
with
really
the
pay
key.
attention to it.
The key as the
key-
symbol.
The key is a bit of a throw off where I don't remember it being the symbol. If I think back really hard, I may get it. But I'll tell you, yes, I remember hearing, as a matter of fact, Timothy Polium, we mentioned him yesterday. I also not just News Spin, because you know sometimes I don't get a chance to, but News Maker Live.
Right.
I almost never really miss it. DBS, I'm there with you, you know. So News Maker Live, okay? And he had the Golden Dragon.
Okay, that was what.
Oh, the
last
Golden
night?
Dragon.
No, not last
No,
night.
that's
a few
few
weeks.
months ago.
Maybe even months, maybe a
Yeah.
couple months or something.
I remember that.
And he said he's going to form his own party.
Ah,
He's going to be
okay.
the leader, and when the elections are called, he will be the prime minister of St. Lucia.
So maybe
Golden Dragon.
that's where that came from. Did he mention anything
Nathaniel.
about
He
the
didn't-
symbol? Anything he didn't?
That's the part. Like I said, I just cannot remember, and it might just be the key. I'm seeing if I can see a message here. It just might be the key, Andre, because he did say he had the name of the party. One of the parties in Trinidad, Andre, if you and Keena, give it to me if you remember. One of the parties are called that already, but he said he didn't know, and it doesn't even matter. But he's going to call that's his party. How many parties in Trinidad? Just two?
Oh, there are quite a few
Yeah,
actually.
quite a few.
Yeah, quite a few.
Okay,
Just
so-
that you have just the two main ones.
UNC
which
you have a lot of
and I
UNC
can't
and
remember the other
UNC
one.
and
United National Congress and people. Is it? No, it's not that.
probably
It's not
UNC. You know,
Yeah.
he wanted to call it UNC United, because he said like he united the people and maybe the key. So just perhaps that key thing is
It might be the Golden Dragons
It just
party.
might be. That's the only part that I don't remember. But he is the only person who of late have spoken about a new party.
Okay.
And while he was on the show, people like Nigel Tusai called and he said, Nigel, we spoke already. I want you to come into the party and so on,
What did she say?
She didn't. She was not in the affirmative, but she said yes. We'll talk some more. Yeah. So he says he wants her like up front there. He wants some women in the party and so on. He has spoken to other people. Yes. So that is the party that I'm remembering. I don't know if he registered according to the
electoral department.
They said that nothing was registered, right?
Okay. No, he says as far as he knows, there's nothing, no information on
The
that.
party hasn't been registered, but you have individuals who have registered.
Okay.
I think that's what he said, right?
Yes, I think so, the independents and so on.
Yeah.
And talking about independents, Mr. Elwin St. Rose, he'll be my guest next week, Monday, on What's on My Mind.
All right.
Now, I have said that in the past already. I mean, the show is called What's on Your Mind, but from time to time, I will have What's on My Mind.
Right.
So he'll be the special guest on Monday next week. Talking about crime. Yeah, he released a statement, about a 5-minute statement on crime and the causes and his concerns and so on. So we want to go in depth into that. I think it'll be a good discussion.
Any idea what constituency he will?
Ancillary Canneries.
Oh,
Was it the one
As
that
an
we had here
independent.
before?
Yes,
He
yes.
was here before it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I remember the St. Rose name. I don't think but the Elwin part I didn't remember.
So that'll be my second vibe with him.
So
and there'll be more before the
he's
elections.
definitely going up as an independent.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I know he had issues with the opposition.
Right.
Yeah, and I guess maybe he doesn't like the philosophy of the Labour Party, whatever that may be. Yeah.
So maybe if he wins or something, he might become an independent Labour.
If he thinks he has something to offer, then why not?
They might put him in the cabinet.
Yes, yes.
Take a job in the cabinet. Yes, all right, okay, so I guess we can leave that behind for now because the Chief Elections Officer made it clear that
Yes, that
nothing as far as a new party is concerned.
Right.
Now, let's talk a little about mental health. And the reason I'm bringing this up because a couple of things. Last night on Doctor in the House, we had as our special guest, he's a psychiatrist and a consultant as well, Julius Gillard. And he's been on the show before. And he was the first time he was talking about parenting and the different parenting styles, etc., etc. But more last night was about more mental health issues and so on. And he was saying that in St. Lucia, the issues that come up the most with St. Lucians, at least in his practice, are people who are worried about tomorrow. Yeah, they're worried. They're worried about tomorrow.
Anxiety.
Yeah, that's right. So we suffer with anxiety in St. Lucia. Yeah, and I was saying to him, well, I would understand. Because, say, for example, you have a child and you see maybe where that child, the direction that the child is going, and your inclination is to be anxious about it and you want to do something about it, and you want to, I use the word, control the situation. And he was saying that we're not in control of anything. Yeah. Yes. He said we're not in control of anything. So it's really, really a futile thing, trying to worry about something. Because he says, who's to say that if you try to intervene, it's going to go your way, the way that you're thinking, right? Who's to say? Or maybe you look at the situation and you're assuming that if the boy or the girl behave in a particular way, that it'll go that direction, and it may not be that at all. He also spoke about the people who are on the streets in mostly the city. These fellas you see, and women as well, you see them roaming the streets and so on. And he was saying that these people are not beyond help, He said that these people can be helped. It's just that the powers that be have to invest some money in terms of having housing for them and providing them with medication and this sort of thing. And these people can live, quote unquote, normal lives.
Normal lives, yes.
Yeah. So we really, as a society, we are really doing ourselves a disservice by just ignoring those people and thinking as though, there's nothing you can do about them. And that was in response to a question that, thanks for taking my call, he brought that up yesterday. In other words, are these people beyond reformation, right? Are they beyond that? And he was saying, no, they can be reached. It's just that they have a problem and that they need help. Now, that reminds me of Jamaica, where you had a guy there, I think about 3 or 4 individuals who were of unsound mind. These guys were in prison for 40 years, 50 years, that sort of thing. Crazy.
Let me just make sure I get you right. You said they were of unsound mind.
Unsound mind, yeah.
And they were in prison?
Yes.
Yeah, they committed crimes.
They committed a crime.
And they were sent to prison.
So, and they just left them there. Nobody cared for them, really. They were just there in the general population, I imagine. Yeah. And when they found some of these fellas, the fellas were in a mess.
Yeah.
When I think Indicom did some investigations and so on, and the guys were, physically and mentally, it's even worse at that point in time.
Because
so the state really let them
no
down.
medication, no therapy. So obviously there will be a decline.
So the state really let these people down because they were just there.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm so happy he said that, and I hope the powers that be, they're listening, because we have so many of these what do you call zombies all over the place. They're all over the place in every community, every town, right? In the city, of course, is the worst. And these people, from what the psychiatrist is saying, that they can be helped.
But
I'm happy that he said that, that they can be helped. And for many of us who think, okay, it's over for them, there's no going back, there's no coming back from there because they've tried so many times. And hearing, a psychologist saying, you know what, they can come back. They just need the right support system, intervention, medication, and so on.
That's correct.
Housing, and they can live normal lives. That's amazing for him to say that.
My part is adding that, he did say that as well. We in St. Lucia don't have the systems in place to make it happen for them. So that is why they are seen as a lost cause.
Yeah.
I did listen to the program.
Okay.
Big time.
But if it's possible too, maybe those in authority don't even know what the gentleman said there. Maybe they don't know.
Right.
Maybe
they because remember, they come from the same society, Tony, with us and Keena.
Yes.
They raised the same way, the way we think and so on.
Right.
Until somebody probably brings it to their attention.
Right.
And not only that, even with mental health and the medication as well, some medications is also trial and error for some individuals. Some things work and some don't. So if it's not working, that's why you need, professionals with you that could assess your situation to realize, well, you know what, that medication is working or it's making you worse, and they change it up. So, you get better. And that's exactly what you're saying, Andre, is that, put things in place so that it's not just giving somebody a medication and they're like robots on the street. They really can't move. They really can't do anything. Pretty much when they're like that, they can't live normal lives.
This is so interesting what you just brought up there, because medication is working for one and not working for, because we are all
different.
That's right. We're very, very different. And like you said, maybe walking in a straight jacket like a zombie, but you're maybe seen as calm, and that is what perhaps will work for you. And as Keena said, that's why I say it's interesting. Maybe it's not working for you. That's not what it's supposed to make you feel like, So recognize and change it. Do something different. But it seems as though, again, we do not have things in place to make stuff like that happen. I think he also spoke about the persons who are in jail, where he go to do a little counseling and so on. That is probably not even enough, because again, remember, he couldn't say much.
I asked him about that, and I asked him in what capacity does he go there?
Yes,
because he said there's no he didn't say psychiatrist there. He said there's no counselor there at Bodily.
That's
right. So I asked him, why do you go there? He said he's a consultant.
As part of his job, I guess maybe they ask him.
They ask him to come for a particular thing.
Right.
They need his advice. They need his wisdom or whatever, and then they call him. They call him to have a regular.
The situation with Bodily as well, right? You may have, individuals who are currently at Bodily, and they're innocent. So imagine the mental toll that takes on you at that facility, being housed there, and what's happening there. By the time you get out of there, you're not the same.
True. Yeah. Exactly.
You're not the same.
So there should be some kind of intervention in the meantime while you're there. Boy, that's a good point, Keena. So let me ask you all, what do you think we are anxious about? What is it that we are anxious about?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Or the next minute?
The next minute.
Right. I'm trying to think if he touched on it as well in his conversation yesterday on the program. That for our children, which you mentioned, for our children, we're anxious about their future.
Yes.
You know, we like you said, Andrew, you want to take control and make sure that they do what we say to do because that is the right way.
Yes.
And as he said, you ain't God. You don't know how the child is going to turn up. You know,
that's what he was saying.
Andrew, while he was saying that, I kept seeing myself as a case in point, and I'm going to just say this: that I did not do everything our parents wanted us to do, and I was seen as the black sheep kind of thing, because I just did me, I mean, I just did me.
You still do you?
And I do. I do.
Is it that obvious?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Wow, I didn't realize that.
You still do you?
Yeah,
Some of us are just wired that way.
Yeah, and imagine this happened from since I was small. So Andrew, I kept thinking of me, I'm like, wow, okay. And it was seen as though I was again the black sheep and I would turn out to be the bad one. Where Andrew is doing great, Don is going to St. Joseph's Convent, and here I am. I am nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I play football, I play cricket, I do sports.
And you're going to view fort.
And I'm going to view fort
without telling anyone.
Unannounced. Overnighting and everything.
My grandmother had a problem with that.
Yes.
Because
that one was
because
bad.
You was that bad?
Yeah, I was bad.
You
because
calm down a lot, boy.
she was anxious. Same thing we're talking about. She was anxious.
Right.
She wanted to know that he was safe and so on. And imagine he just leave the house and she has no idea
that was bad.
Where he is.
That was,
and so she's worrying. She's worrying about him.
Andre, that was really bad.
I
cannot believe I did that.
You're actually acknowledging it now that it was really, really bad because a lot of the times what the parents go through when that's happening, it's so painful.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
Very, very painful. They don't think that, hey, he's going to make it out. He's going to, pick up. He's going to pull himself together. They're thinking about this minute. What if something happens to you?
Yes.
But that's my son.
Yes, but that's the part, She had no idea where I went, where I was.
That even makes it worse.
Exactly.
It's
and
worrying.
it ain't to say I go there, spend a few hours and came back. I overnighted.
How old were you?
Maybe in my teens.
Give me an age, please.
I won't remember.
You won't remember?
My teens.
13.
So many young men might be doing the same, and young women might be doing. They are doing the same. They are doing the same.
I can tell you that.
And the parents are extremely worried. And a lot of the times we hear, that child go and check some man, or that child go and check the gang, and that child whatever. And that's extreme worry for that parent.
Let me tell you, with my grandmother, I was an adult, a grown adult already, right? If I left the house to go anywhere, and whether it's me, whether it's Tony, it doesn't matter, my grandmother would not fall asleep.
Some parents
She'd be there on the bed waiting till she has the key coming into that door locked, and then she can go to sleep.
Yeah, you're home safe. I can now rest.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing, Andre, for me, it was, I'm saying Andre because, Andre was there. Andre knew I just thought it didn't matter. You know what I mean? That's how I saw things. It didn't matter if I go or whatever. I'll tell you what I did that day. That day, I just, again, go on Vieux-Fort, check Duval, we lime. We spend the night by his sister, and then in the morning, we walk from PI to Choiseul.
What?
Walk from PI to Choiseul. We were kids, teenagers.
Wow,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just walk. Who would give us a ride?
And transportation was not even ready.
Exactly.
Back in the day.
And I remember remembering it like it was yesterday. And oftentimes when we get together, we actually talk about it. I went to meet his mother, and you know what I mean? We just walk.
So you on your own eyes, just leaving the ladies' home and just going about your business.
I was.
But the great thing is that at some point in time,
I recognized.
It's not you recognize what you were doing. It took a while.
A long time, Keena.
But
I actually left St. Lucia. I didn't think it was anything.
And Keena and Tony, just yesterday, I was talking to Tony. I will not go into any details, but I was saying to Tony that we have to be accountable, right, to someone. And we were talking about something yesterday, and I said to him, we have to be accountable to each other. We're talking about the business,
right?
A certain aspect of the business, and I said, we have to be accountable. So we have to be accountable to somebody.
Yes.
Somebody must know your whereabouts, where you are, where you're going. There's an old partner of mine. This guy was acting like Tony back in the day. And the family just accepted him for being like that. He just on his own vibe. The man died at his residence for, I think, about 3 weeks. His body was in in the apartment.
Yeah.
Until they said, hey, 3 weeks now, that's taking a joke too far, that we haven't heard from him. When they went to check, the skeleton was there.
You see, and that's the same thing we go back to again. For me, I always say this, and I've said this time and time again, I will not leave my home if someone in my family doesn't know. I've been like that for years.
Me too.
In a relationship, the same thing. To each his own. Some people will be like, why would I'm a grown man, I'm a grown woman. Why would I tell my boyfriend or my husband I'm going there? Huh? Why not? It doesn't take anything from you to just say, or at least someone to say, hey, I'm going to work, or I'm heading to the supermarket, da-da-da-da-da. For me, if I'm going to the supermarket anywhere, even here, when I leave and I'm going to the pharmacy, I'll be like, hey, I'm going to the pharmacy.
Yeah,
so if nobody knows and they know I'm not there, where did she go? If something happens, what happened?
Makes sense.
And you know how embarrassing that would be for a parent to see, maybe the police are calling you and say to you, excuse me, are you so-and-so's mother or father? Do you know that your son was caught doing something, and for you to say, huh?
Yeah, I have no idea.
I didn't know. How embarrassing
I
that is.
think he's asleep in the bedroom. Let's go check.
Exactly.
Child passed through the window already and all kind of thing.
Yeah. I didn't see it. The funny thing about it, when you grow up and you have that mindset, Keena, you made some really, really good points there, Andre, that I would still do it a lot. No, I just leave. I just go. I don't.
So, Tony, now in your adult life right now,
right.
Who are you accountable? Are you accountable to anybody?
Nobody, Andre. It's still that way. Nobody. And you see the thing the doctor mentioned last night about control. We want to control. Andre, nobody ain't controlling me. Well, you know that about me. Let me tell you, nobody. No. Once you start going along those lines, we're gonna part. We're gonna part ways.
I don't think anybody should control anybody, but I think a level of respect, accountability still, because whether it be your mom, your brother, your sister, you're living in someone's house.
But
you are in a relationship. It's not like you might be, you're living at you, but still, this is your partner. So if you just go in and do something, just say, hey, babe, hey, whatever, I'm going down the road.
And let's going back to what Tony was saying there.
It's not in me.
Yeah, let's go back to what Tony was saying there. Let's just examine that for a second. Okay, nobody... And I agree with you, Tony. Nobody should try to control anybody.
I agree
with you 100%.
Well,
I don't like it.
Too,
it's just wrong. However, when you are accountable and you acting, we're supposed to be accountable to someone, but we are acting like we're not accountable to anyone. Here's the problem. You have maybe a friend, you have a brother, you have a sister or mother who is noticing you going on a particular trajectory in your life and telling you, hey, this smoke you smoking there, right? All these cigarettes that you smoking every day, and the rum you drinking, and this and that and the other, or the whatever drugs that you're taking, right? This is going to harm you. It's going to affect you down the road, and you're not listening. You don't want to hear anything. Guess what? Tomorrow you're diagnosed with COPD. Whose problem is that now?
The family's problem, your mother's problem,
the state's problem. They have to come and give you oxygen every single day. That costing endless money, right? And then they have to come and visit you in the hospital every single day to deal with that. The fallout.
Yes.
From this thing.
My thing is, it'll happen anyway. Whether you smoke, drink, do this, do that. Sometimes you ain't doing nothing and you get sick and you still need the same dialysis thing you talk about. You still need it.
Well, there's always an exception to the rule.
There's always an exception to the rule. I get what you're saying, but just imagine your mom or friends or family just warning you for years about a particular thing. And not only that, right? And
they'll tell you, don't try and control me.
Not to control
don't try and control me.
And that same thing that they warned you about is the very thing that puts you in the hospital.
And you have to pick up the pieces.
You have to pick up the pieces from there, and they have to come help. I'm not saying that, okay, we don't fall sick. Yeah, we do. Anything is possible. You don't get in an accident and stuff. But that's,
something that could have been prevented.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you heard the authorities said preventable diseases. If we just did such and such a thing, it wouldn't necessarily happen to us. So, but anyway, food for thought.
But yes, great program yesterday.
As always. Now I learned something day before yesterday. This is interesting. I went to have a cleaning at the dentist, and while I was there, the dentist was really, really educating me about certain things. And she was saying to me, "Do you have sensitive teeth?" I said, "Yes, I do." Right? And she said to me, "Tell me about some of the things that happened." And I'm telling her what was happening, etc., etc. So she said to me, "What are you using for assisting you with the sensitive teeth?" So I said to her, "I use Sensodyne."
Right.
And you know what she said to me? She said to me, "Do you rinse the Sensodyne after you finish brushing?" I said, "Yes." She said to me, "You're not supposed to do that." She said, "Yeah, you're supposed you're supposed to leave it in your mouth. Spit out, of course, spit some of it out, but leave some in the mouth.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware.
What?
I spit out as well.
Yes, that's what we
Same
do.
thing.
You spit it out.
I did,
so she said you have to leave it in the mouth.
And wash the mouth and all of that.
Don't wash it.
Don't wash the
Don't
mouth.
wash it.
No,
Don't rinse
no,
it at all. I like, what? She said if you do that, it defeats the purpose of the toothpaste.
Okay.
Oh, and that protection it provides.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. So I'm trying to adopt that habit now.
Must be a little bit difficult, right?
Every time I find myself rinsing,
Yeah.
you're so used
It's
to
going
doing
to
the
take a
thing.
little while, yes.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little while.
So I just thought I should just share that.
yeah.
Be a cool thing.
Hey.
Okay, something much more serious. In Trinidad and Tobago, this is really serious. The prison, right? You know, because they've been making some sweeps there recently from state of emergency and that's and the other, and they, rounding up gang members, right, and putting them in prison. Now the guys are in there, and the guys now, I guess they have money, they have influence, they have friends on the outside because they want to have certain people assassinated and so on, right? Either their rivals or some people who occupy positions of power in the Trinidad and Tobago government, right, whether this one or the last one. So these guys are ordering hits on certain people. But guess what? They found out that the prison guards, right, are actually helping these fellas inside there. I guess maybe they're getting paid, right?
Likely, yeah.
They actually, the authorities are saying they actually have recordings. They actually have recordings
my.
where you're hearing the prison guards are warning the fellas, look, if the guys are coming, look out, you have the fellas who are coming doing the sweep in the prison. They're warning the fellas first, look, the fellas are coming. They say they actually have recordings of that.
That's deeply concerning, and that
Very.
entire system is compromised.
That's correct. That's exactly what, that's the exact words that they use.
Sheesh.
It is actually, they said even attorneys are doing the same thing.
Oh boy.
So money passing there like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Money passing like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So let me ask another
The
question.
roots of corruption, in Trinidad.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess the people have no. Well, some of them have no integrity. That's the problem. But let me ask you something. Why do we sometimes even sell our souls for money?
It could be for a number of reasons. For some individuals, depending on the amount of money they make monthly, they want to make ends meet. Someone says, well, you know what, I'll give you a little extra. You think, you know what, I have bills to pay, I have mouths to feed. Okay, I'll take it.
Yes.
And it becomes a habit. And for some individuals, they just don't have no integrity. More money, the better.
That's the part I was going to add if you did not say that. The more, the merrier. Okay? I have some dollars, but this is what I'm being... exactly. I'm being offered this to just make something pass, just like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
oh yeah, let's get it on. You know what I mean? And what happens is it becomes a bit of a habit because you get away with it. So that person or other persons come and say, now word gets around, boy, check that man. That man does help me do a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my contact there. Just check him.
Yeah, imagine that.
And maybe he might get a call from the person that he let it pass first, and say, I tell a partner of mine to check you, and so he go check you, he go talk to you.
Imagine the prison guards, okay, apart from alerting the bad boys in there to the sweeps that usually take place in the prison, right? These prison guards actually smuggling cell phones, right, to these inmates, these gang leaders, and that's what the fellas are using now to make their calls and so on.
Same thing happens here.
Yeah.
Same thing happens here.
Yeah.
That is really, really compromised. My gosh. And they're saying that the authorities are warning that this threat to kill key government officials and attack public institutions that still exists, They said it's so similar to what happened back in when they had the coup.
The coup.
Well, attempted coup, where 24 people got killed. They say the same, and the same atmosphere,
That's
the same
scary.
kind of, environment. What was going on in the prisons, etc., is happening right now. And it's kind of reminiscent.
That's really scary.
Yeah. Boy, so I hope the authorities
That
come down
runs
hard.
deeper than government and law enforcement.
Exactly. All of that.
Yes. Okay. we know what's going on in Haiti with the gangs and so on. Literally taking over the streets. They say Port-au-Prince is almost being run over now by gangs. And remember, there was this Kenyan peacekeeping force that's supposed to be there. Apparently, they say they're understaffed. Underfunded. So the dent that they're making as far as bringing these gangs to a position where they don't have much power, minuscule, and people are really suffering. As I speak, they say that children, right, are the most vulnerable now. Let me give you the figures. Not just Gaza. 217,000 children suffering acute malnutrition in Haiti. In Haiti, folks, this is in Haiti. And that's since the beginning of the year. And more than 21,500 have been admitted for treatment for severe, right, acute malnutrition. Okay? They spoke again about the education system, schools and so on. Over 1,000 schools are now closed in Haiti.
What?
So these kids are unable to go to school.
1,000.
That situation with Haiti, so many people, so many organizations,
over 1,600
so many countries have tried to help Haiti, and still
over 1,600 schools closed.
That's great. That's shocking.
So you have malnutrition, severe, acute malnutrition taking place. Hundreds of thousands of children is the most vulnerable, okay, as we speak.
And someone has to be profiting from the gangs. Somebody's profiting from the gangs. Come on. Because we just think and we're like, okay, there's a gang leader and so on, and he has his henchmen and he has this and that. But who is funding him? Who is supporting him? Who's ensuring that things are done and he doesn't take the fall for it?
Part of the strategy with these gangs there is to kidnap people for ransom. So that's also a way that they earn an income. Folks, I'm being facetious when I said that. Yeah. So kidnappings taking place there like crazy. It's really, really bad. It's horrendous. So I don't know what they're going to do to solve these problems.
I'm not quite sure what's going to happen.
And you know Haiti. I think I have a story on that. Probably I'll have that story tomorrow. They're a member of CARICOM. Well, I think is it observer status? I'm not too sure. Or member of CARICOM. The Haitians do not have free entry. In other words, the same way we can move about in the CARICOM countries and so on. And talk about free movement of people and work and this sort of thing. Haiti does not have that. Okay.
Meaning they are not allowed to go out, or we are not allowed to go in.
No, they're not allowed to.
In other words, you must have a visa or something. That's for the Haitians. Even
in the Caribbean islands?
They're a member of CARICOM. That's correct. That's why every time you see they come, they deport them. Because it's a tough thing. It's really, really tough. Because I understand what they're going through. If you have to allow, right, boatloads of Haitians coming into the country, you have a problem. So while I think we want to be altruistic and help out and assist, but we also have to be careful
because you really don't know who's coming into
the country
and what they're coming with or where their mind is at.
Wow.
So I don't know.
Wow. Yeah.
What is it that they're going to do to assist Haiti and to help Haiti get out of that
and
quagmire?
So many people from the United States are being deported to
Exactly.
to Haiti, and they have to go back.
Compounding the problem even more.
So
Yep. So this is what we're dealing with, folks, right in our next door there. And the thing is, most people don't talk about those things. We don't talk about that. We talk more about Gaza.
But it's really good, Andre, that you bring this up today about Haiti, because
not the first time.
We almost forgot about Haiti.
No, Tony. Let's be fair, right?
No, he has. He has
countless occasions.
I know. Okay.
No, because when you said I brought it up today, it sounds as though that's the first time I'm doing it.
No, I don't think that's what he meant.
Not at all. What I meant was good today. And
thank you, counselor.
And all of that in terms of Emancipation Day coming up and all of that. So it's just really, really good stuff that you're bringing up. Basically, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Bringing it up again and showing us, like, look at that. Look at the state, as you call them, our next door neighbor.
A member of CARICOM.
Well, what do you think is really happening with Haiti? There are so many countries and organizations have tried for years.
Corruption, that is the problem. The people are sorry. A lot of people who have positions of power, they are corrupt. Okay, so once you see you have corruption, that means you only care about yourself. But once you feather your nest, you think you're good to go. But leaders, true leaders, that's what I was talking about it recently, Tony. I was saying the criteria we use here to determine a good leader is somebody who's popular in the community. That's what it normally is.
That's what it's
now, the person may be popular, but do they really, really, really and truly care about people? Do they really care about the bread and butter issues? That's a different kettle of fish right there. Okay? The person may be popular. The person, right, in the community, they're doing well. They play the dominoes with you, that kind of thing. They with everybody.
You give them power.
We raise together, kind of thing. Yeah. But they don't. You don't really know if they really, really care and love people.
I want to touch on something quickly. The same Haiti, by the way. Growing up, going to school and everything, we learned a little bit of the history about Haiti and so on. And we can. Well, that's for me. I could take it from the Duvaliers, Jacques-Claude Duvalier. It seems as though Papa Doc and Baby Doc, right? It seems as though, Andre, that's where it started. The corruption and so on. And, again, growing up, you had no idea that these people were so corrupt. But that's when Haiti was doing all right, But to be that corrupt from them, and it just went all the way down to almost everybody else.
I think that's when it really became prominent, when we started hearing about the corruption and so on.
Right.
But no doubt it was happening before.
Yeah.
I'm sure of that, right? So it's again, we speak about money and how money is for us, it's our God, and we put that before people and people's needs and so on. So that's what happens. So corruption is at the core of this problem. Okay, and the less corruption you have in a country is better.
Yeah.
Okay, less corruption you have is a lot better. That's why you see we must get angry at these things. I keep saying that, right? We have to have a world view of things, and if we really and truly understood what slavery was all about, we wouldn't just be focused on St. Lucia and St. Lucia's problems alone. No, we must have a world view of things, because the entire world is suffering, right?
True that. And if we look at what's happening with Trinidad and the state of emergency being extended,
to
and
October,
the state of corruption happening in that country within the prison system, it should send shock waves within the Caribbean region. Because even within the Caribbean region, it's happened subtly, in the prison system and so on. And if we do not take a handle on that now, it's going to get worse. So we need to take stock of what's happening in Trinidad and try to prevent it from happening here.
So let's take stock also of what's happening.
Exactly that, When we spoke about Trinidad, I said, it was in my mind. I said, gosh, I just hope stuff like that never comes to St. Lucia, never happened here. That's what was on my mind. I just didn't say it.
That's why we have to keep our leaders, make them accountable, and show that we not tolerate certain things. Okay, all right. The Hamas-run health ministry, they give some statistics now since Israel began their response to the attack by Hamas in October 2023. Over 60,000 people have been killed. Over 60,000. That's in about less than 2 years, something like that.
Yeah.
60,000, 34 people killed. Had the statistics. That includes 18,592 children.
Ouch.
And babies included. And by the way, when we say children, we're not just talking about teens and so on. Babies are included. 18,592 children killed, or should I say murdered, and another 9,782 women killed. 9,782. Okay? They're just killing people like
it's like a non-Bamun.
Well, yeah. You see, the thing is, the society looks at women and children as the future.
The future.
It's true.
Right.
I mean, we're there. It's like, say, Tony, for example, say you're on a boat, and the ship is sinking. Who do you think they're going to try and save first? Children, women.
Yeah.
Children, women, because they're the future. I mean, they have enough fellas outside there to make sure that they can have children. Yes, so that's why. But you're right. I mean, men are important as well. So this thing there is Israel's response to the 1,200 people who were killed, and also I think 251 hostages were taken during that attack by Hamas, which of course I totally condemn. I don't like that. Hamas should not have done that. But now you see Israel with a visceral response to this thing, and you're Pamela. We're just taking people out black as white. And it's gotten to the point now where people are literally starving. Little children are starving. I don't know if you're getting a chance to see some of these images.
I have.
It is horrible. It is horrible.
Ever since you spoke...
Man, that thing tears me at my heartstrings, man.
Was it Monday you spoke to us about it? You say you sent me the video?
Yeah.
And no, I had to check that out.
Tony, and right now they're updated stories.
I saw the updated stories.
Oh, you okay? All right.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm having my lunch and stuff, and I'm watching this thing and say, oh my gosh, here I am, eating normal.
Eating and not you watching.
And these children are going through that. It's really, really heart-wrenching, man. I mean, I know a lot of people can't watch it, but I keep saying you have to watch it, because if you don't watch it, how do you know what's going on?
That's how I feel.
You could read.
Yeah.
You could read it. No, the images are really powerful.
The images I can't stomach.
Yeah.
I really, really, really can't. It does a number on me. I can't.
Yeah, I watched the images, and it honestly,
I hope somebody goes to prison for all of that.
Yeah, the Israeli soldiers for sure.
Really do
those who
that they're
did the killings,
they're charged, brought to justice, and imprisoned for that.
There's a foundation named after a little girl. I think she was about 6 or 7. She was killed while she was in a vehicle with her family. The entire family was massacred, right? Her name is Hind Rajab, and they shot that girl, I think they said 300 and something times. They found 300 and something bullets in the vicinity of the vehicle and so on. They made a mess with the little girl.
But that soldier is currently imprisoned, isn't he?
No, they haven't found him yet, but they know who he is. So the Hind, they've named this foundation after the little girl. So their job now is to seek out those individuals. Now, I don't know how they do the investigations. I don't know how they could actually
pinpoint. Were there cameras
pinpoint.
around at that time?
No way.
Nothing?
Cameras. No way, boy.
No cell phones, nothing?
Only people listen, right now there are no independent reporters reporting from Gaza. None. The only, you see what you're seeing? These are people who are the journalists in Gaza. So they're filming everything on their phones and they send that out. So that's the only reason. But Israel has tried to destroy them. I think so far they've killed over 200 journalists. Yeah, they want to get them out of the way. So no foreign journalist, no independent journalist is allowed to go inside there. So Israel obviously has something hiding. Otherwise, why don't you allow it? I mean, all war zones, you have journalists in there, international journalists there. Let them worry about taking their risks. It's been so for years.
Yes.
But Israel say no. Imagine, Jeremy Bowen was reporting, one of the great BBC reporters. He was reporting from an airplane, okay, and he was about to film what he was seeing. They stopped him. Yeah, you're not supposed to film and take any aerial shots.
They don't want any images out there. They don't want information out there. So they're trying to suppress it pretty much.
So my point is that if we understand what slavery was all about, because we're getting into Emancipation Day, and we understand what our forefathers went through to be discriminated against, right? To be occupied, to be treated as second-class citizens and so on. This is exactly how those people are being treated. And that's why I don't like it. In fact, I hate it. And you know what's sad about that? The same people, that's doing this thing, they're perpetrating this crime, they will be treated the same way by Hitler. And then now they're dishing that out on somebody else.
Yeah.
Sad, really, really sad. I tell you, if it's me and say as somebody attacks my family and I want to attack, I want to respond. I have a right to respond. I'm defending myself, defending my family. If I see I'm beginning to have to take out innocent lives, I have to stop. I have to stop.
That's a question I wanted to pose right now, So what's going on with Israel and Gaza, or the Palestinians, whatever? That's not war.
Yes, it is war.
It is war.
Yeah,
it
is war.
Because both you, I think, and Keena mentioned...
Well, with Hamas. More so Hamas. But you have the innocent people getting caught in between. Yeah. So they say they're looking for Hamas. So say, for example, if there's a hospital and there are 300 people inside there, and there's one Hamas member
in there,
they will destroy it for one. For one. If they know that.
Yes. Okay. All right. I got it.
And that's what they've been doing.
Because when you ask about charging the criminal criminal acts against the soldiers and so on, because you mentioned that, I'm like, well, how can you do that? This is war. You cannot.
But Tony, war has rules. There's something called a Geneva Convention.
Right.
Right. If you read that, you will see what is permitted and not permitted under the Geneva Conventions, which Israel is a signatory to the Geneva Conventions. So they basically going against international law.
Right.
You're supposed to protect civilians. As a matter of fact, Israel is occupying them, so Israel has an obligation to protect them. But they're attacking them. They're starving them. You understand? So they're breaking international law. You're supposed to, if there's a hospital, and there's one Hamas member inside there, you cannot fire on the hospital. Hospitals are no go for you. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they're going to try and find some excuses to explain
And
what
what's
they're
even
doing.
more heartbreaking, Tony, just imagine, right? Okay, you haven't had food in months. And
That's right.
maybe they say to you, okay, take this line to go get food.
And you're getting shot.
And you're getting shot at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, over 1,000 people died just like that?
Just like that.
And who do you
Waiting
think is
for
shooting
food,
them?
And they're saying, they're acting suspicious.
Who do you think is shooting them, Tony? The IDF, the Israeli Defense Forces. They're shooting those people. And the people are coming there to get food. Imagine you're desperate for food. So now you have to risk either staying where you are and starving or coming there to look for food, and you could be killed.
And you
can't
will
win, man.
act suspicious because you're not sure what's going to happen next.
Imagine there's a recording of when they kill one of the people coming there, and you're actually hearing the recording because, hey, I think we got one of them. Yeah, after you're firing on those helpless people. It's terrible. It's atrocious what's taking place there, and very few people are speaking out against it. And as I said, we have to get angry at this sort of thing. Anyway, it's happening across the globe. Anyway, so finally, as we spoke about Hulk Hogan and him passing and so on, and this one I was reading a few extra things about Hulk Hogan and his wife. I want to mention something before I talk about what his wife said, and that's for all of us. That's for all of us. But before I'll get to the all of us, I want to mention something. He was talking about the amount of surgeries he's had, Hulk Hogan, over the last few years, and he said he had in the last 10 years he's had 25 surgeries.
That's
25 surgeries, which include 10 back surgeries, procedures on both his shoulders and knee, hip replacements, plural, on both sides, and also neck surgery.
That's a lot, but I'm not surprised.
Yes, the wrestling.
Yeah, the wrestling.
Yeah,
right.
and he was
I'm not
explaining
surprised.
how it was, what they had to deal with, and so on. Because remember, it was a show, but they had to do certain things.
That's the
Even when remember, Tony, when these guys used to bleed, I understand they would have a little
gash,
a razor blade. They would like cut themselves. Yeah. So they'll go on the canvas and pretend like they're hiding their head or something, or they're in pain, and they will cut themselves.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, just a little cut. But of course, in the heat of the moment, it bleeds a lot.
It bleeds. Oh wow.
I'm trying to remember what it is. When your blood is hot.
Yes,
right.
exactly.
You bleed a lot. Then, yes.
Yeah. So these guys, I remember Jimmy Snooker. You remember that guy, Tony? He was famous for climbing these things that they set up there when they put the fences and and he just fly.
These cage events.
Yeah, and just literally stay there. Snooker man, that guy head is always bleeding. So what I wanted the point I wanted to make is that his wife was speaking, and by the way, his third wife. Just thought I should mention
She's
that.
the younger one.
Yes, it looks so. It still looks. He has a daughter as well. Yeah, he has a daughter. I don't know how many children he has, but I know for sure he has a daughter. Anyway, so she was talking, and she said that she knew he had health issues. I mean, that's her husband, right? But she said something. She said, I believe that he would overcome them. But she said, and I'll quote, I thought we had more time.
We always think we have more time.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because the part where she said because he was strong, he's a strong person and all of that. Yeah. So she just thought you had more.
And it takes me back to what the doctor said as well. What you said, the doctor said, we're not in control.
We're not in control.
That's right.
Yeah.
I thought we had more time. And the number of us who think, we're just thinking that even if we don't think it, we just maybe act it as though we just hear nothing untoward will happen to us. Look, this morning I woke up to a story. They say one of the strongest earthquakes in modern history, and 8.8 hit Russia, but it was shallow. If that thing had gone any deeper there, boy, you'd be hearing another story there today. They say one of the most powerful earthquakes in modern history.
Yeah.
8.8.
Yeah.
Boy, Tony, you know what a 7 point something does?
Uh-huh.
I mean, we've seen it already. 8.8.
That's right.
So a whole bunch of alerts went out there for possible tsunamis
Japan,
and so on.
Hawaii and others.
Yeah. I saw they showed you there's a video of surgery taking place in some place in Russia, and they had to be holding the patient, and you've seen the entire place shaking, shaking, and they actually have to hold the bed, hold the patient there while they're doing surgery. So we always think we have time. Oh, and you know, here's the other one. When we take our loved ones for granted, right? And we're not nice to our loved ones. I want to say our loved ones. I'm talking about our children. I'm talking about our parents, our friends, our wife, our husband. And we hold stuff back. We don't say what we need to say, like, I'm sorry.
We don't forgive.
We don't forgive. You know, we hold those things, but thinking we have time. So it's either our people, our friends go, meaning other people, or you.
Yeah.
You may go. So we don't have much time.
And even so, Andre, the Bible is very clear about unforgiveness. And we see so many other things as sins, but unforgiveness in itself is a sin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of the Bible, Andrea had to drop a little something there yesterday evening with the
demonic possession and so on. Yeah, I was asking him about that. Yeah, I asked the doctor.
Oh, really?
I said to him, I said, you know, those stories, we go back to the Bible, and the Bible does talk about a mad person, right? The person was acting. They had all this strength, and they had to be chained and tied up and so on until Jesus Christ said, get out of him. And then this person became normal. And I was asking him, how do you know? And I said, does that exist?
I love his answer.
Yes. Ask him, does demonic possession still exist? And how do you reconcile demonic possession with you being a psychiatrist? So let Tony give you the answer that he gave me.
Go ahead.
That is out of my league.
Oh boy! He didn't go to school for that boy. That's not what he was taught.
Yes, taller. That's out of my league.
So in other words, I ain't going there.
That's
But
right.
the individuals who are going through mental health conditions, they're really strong, boy. They are. Like, I don't know where they get the strength from, but they are.
Because mental health, Andre, is really something else. And he made a difference between, well, he differentiated it between mental health and mental illness.
Yes.
That's right. So there's a difference.
There's a difference.
That's right. Mental health is, but mental illness, an illness is when you're not well.
You're not well,
Right?
yes.
You're ill,
yes.
you're sick, so... Yeah, really good show.
Yeah.
And as some of the listeners said, it's always a great show. Always. If you miss it, because I realized the numbers were a little small. I checked out Facebook as well. The numbers were a little small yesterday on Facebook. That is.
Okay.
Maybe a whole bunch of them might go back and look at it.
You'd always go back to view that thing.
But it's always a good show. Every Tuesday, 6 to 7 p.m.
And if you missed it, you could always go back to watch it, which is
on
important.
Facebook.
So
That's right.
Okay, so let's get into the shoutouts while we have time.
Good one.
All right, the first one came in at about 10:05 this morning. Hi, good day, Andre. It's Tennyson Charles. I don't know if you know that person.
Tennyson Charles. The name sounds familiar.
Saying his name, He says, I'm extremely glad you brought up the subject of slavery. There is something very important that I want to share with you, but would like to speak with you on the phone. You can reach me here. Trust me, you will not regret it. Have a wonderful day, my brother. And he left a number.
Left a number? Yeah, sure. You're gonna, well, I guess you'll have to give me that later, Tony.
Give me your pen.
Oh, yeah. Let
Oh, you can see it? You can see it from there? Oh, you want me to write it?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, so that's that. Me living in St. Lucia, Andre. I just realized that.
WhatsApp.
Me living in St. Lucia, I just realized the number is a 984 area code.
Just take it still. You can call him on WhatsApp.
So after right, you'll have to talk. You'll have to talk while I write that.
Keena, can you check it later, Keena?
Give it to me.
Keena, can you check it later? Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Okay, so you can see it, right?
No.
You say no? Okay. Right. So that's the first one that checked in, maybe because of the subject and so on that you spoke about. I guess he's a little passionate about that as well. So he's thinking, give me a call,
Yeah. Well, we have to give praise where praise is due. It's Lotus. That's Lotus show.
That's true, come to think of it. Yeah, it was Lotus. Yeah. All right. So the next one came in at 10:18, and it reads, Good morning. The buggery law was deemed unconstitutional by the Eastern Caribbean Court of Appeal a few days ago. I kind of read that. I saw the headlines. I just read the headlines. I didn't go into the story.
Wow.
Yes.
Because Lotus brought it up this morning.
Well,
I said, but how come that didn't make national headlines? I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah,
That's why I kind of ignored it.
Yesterday.
I just thought, again, you know what I mean? Social media, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just thought so. I kind of ignored it. I just read the heading. That's it.
Okay,
but it
so-
seems as though it's a thing.
So what is that story, Tony? What does the story say?
The story?
Mm-hmm.
The buggery law was deemed unconstitutional by the Eastern Caribbean Court of Appeal a few days ago.
Okay.
Okay? And the party of Baden Nathaniel, what he mentioned, remember we were trying to figure it out, PNM, People's National Movement.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
That's in Trinidad.
yeah, that's from
Right.
Trinidad. Right.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So
there's
he-
UNC and People National Movement.
Right. So he was saying on the show that he had no idea that there was a PNM, you know, he just had this. But it seemed as though the symbol was not the key. I think somebody else mentioned it, okay, his symbol and so on. All right, so another person said PNM, but it's another party. It was announced on Newspin in the news as well. So it's not the Bain Nathaniel party, it's another party.
Oh, so there's actually another one?
Another one, it seems as though it's another one.
Well, I don't know about that because remember the electoral department basically said they know nothing about that.
Exactly.
There's no one at no party
So
has
it-
registered.
So it seems as though maybe it's not registered as yet.
Yeah.
Okay,
you know,
maybe.
it was mentioned on Timothy Polion's program, Newspin. All right, the next one says, a blessed and happy Wednesday, Kiki, Totone, and Andre. So Andre have Andre, Kiki, Totone, and Andre. Kiki, you look absolutely beautiful today, hon.
Thank you.
you
Oh,
know,
mwah.
yeah, all the compliments.
Yeah, you hiding them under them.
Yeah, the
caps
cap
and so
thing.
on. Yeah, let me wear my cap. You know what I mean?
I'll wear it every once in a while, but I'm going to stay away for now.
Okay. Good morning, Tony, Keena, and Andre. Have a good day, guys. This is from Tekla L. Thank you, Tekla L.
Good morning.
All righty, then. Now, I think this is the one before the last. All right. Good morning. The wooden dragon.
The wooden dragon?
The wooden dragon symbol is the handshake. So again, you know, I got that wrong. It's not the key. The new party is being pushed by Dr. Andre Matthew and his wife. The voice Tony heard was that of his wife, Gina Matthew. If you could remember, she was the one that had the issue where the staff orders had to be involved because she and her husband appeared on Rick's program ahead of the 2016 election. She was speaking about the desire to represent GIs, something like that.
GIS?
It says G.I.S, something like that.
GIS, Government Information
Let under the United Workers Party. Okay. And the last one reads, good day to Rev-Up crew and listeners. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. This is the lottery board. Y'all making all the money on people. They give people just for the numbers. That's a feat. It should be at least, and 5 numbers should be, okay. It's something about the national lottery here, but don't quite understand it. Okay, so Grosile. He came in quickly and typed that one, boy. Yes, I appreciate that. So he said her desire is to represent Grosile under the United Workers Party.
This time around or a few years ago?
Well, it was a few years ago, as he
Okay.
said. She came on Rick's program. And by the way, that's our partner, man, Pius.
Oh, thanks, Pius.
Yeah, Pius.
Good morning, Pius.
No, not Pius.
Elvin?
That's right.
Oh, Elvin.
Elvin J Team Workers.
Thank you, Elvin.
Right. Elvin knows
Elvin
his
knows,
thing. Let me tell you. You know what I mean?
He's up to date on everything. Thanks,
Very
Elvin.
much so. All right, this is the last one. Good morning, guys. How y'all doing? Lots of love to Miss Lucita Jean-Pierre in New York and everyone listening to Rev Up from Zepho. Thank you, Zepho.
Good morning, Zepho.
Have yourself a really wonderful day, okay? Now we go to the Facebook page and see who has checked in with us and what they're talking about. So we welcome all of you as always. We love you dearly. And thanks for being a part of what we do here and sharing the love that you share with us every single day. Opening up this morning is Pius. Just mentioned his name, Pius Snappy. Yeah, man. Pius says good morning. Followed by Sharon Peter. Sharon Peter says it is Wednesday. Then, if it's Wednesday, then it's hump day. Good morning, Rev-Up. That's from Sharon Peter. Sharon, good morning to all the shoppers at the swim shop in South Jersey. Sharon, you have to say you have to keep that going, the beautiful Sharon for herself, All right. Followed by Christine Shallery says, blessed Wednesday to you all. Thank you, Christine Shallery. Sharon Peter came back and says, Keena, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon Peter.
Pius came back as well. Pius says, big up Tony for Saturday vibes. I love it. Yes. Okay, Pius. Thank you. Thank you very much. Saturday vibes. I'm looking forward to this Saturday as well and every Saturday. Top show. I'm glad you guys are loving it as well, by the way. Sharon says, Kim sends her love to you, Tony. Oh, thank you, Kim. I appreciate your love in South Jersey. Lucita Jean-Pierre says, good morning, Andre and beautiful Keena. Jerome, you look like...
Good morning, Lucita.
You look like you're going in a cricket match. Good luck. I guess the shirt looks... Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Anyhow, Pearl Food Baby Henry is the next one who checked in. And Pearl says, big up Wednesday to the Rev-Up St. Lucia family and all in the chat room. Good morning and blessed day to all. Lucita came back and says, good morning, everyone, on live and Radio Garden. Share the link. Jerome, did you share the link? Lucita, I don't know how. Catherine McPhee says, good morning, Andre, Tony, and Keena. Blessings.
Good morning, Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine. Mwah. And then on Facebook, Elvin J. Team Workers. Elvin, the eyes have it as always. The eyes have it. And Elvin, once again, let me say this, man. Thank you for the love. Elvin is there on almost every single program with us. And I didn't realize that. I noticed, what do you call the thing when your profile pic.
Oh,
I noticed it, but always checking in on all programs and always saying hello and so on, letting us know that he's there. Yes. But I did not realize it was you, Elvin. Now I know. So I'm going to big you up a lot, right? Okay. Elvin J. Team Workers. Eva Hippolyte says, Gina Matthew and her husband, Dr. Matthew, the color is orange and the symbol is the key.
Oh.
All right. But again, as far as we heard, from official sources, yes, they have not registered as yet. Joan Shallery says, blessings on a Wednesday morning. Andre, Tony, Keena, and everyone listening. Thank you so much, Joan Shallery. Pearl Food Baby Henry says, Andre, I am the same way with my children, and they are adults. Unless I don't hear the key in the door, I can't sleep.
Yes.
Right. Septima Joseph says, good day to all listening. Blessed day or blessed day. Al Anderson says, my mom would never go to bed until I am in the house.
Oh, really? Wow.
See?
Yeah. Josie Louis says, Andre, this is normal with most parents. They can't fall asleep unless their children return home, no matter what time of night it is. I can testify to that. That's from Josie Louis.
Hey,
all right, Josie.
Marilyn King just says, hey, good morning. Thank you, Marilyn. Josie Louis came back and says, a pleasant day morning to the Paul siblings and a beautiful Keena. Sills Rub or Fiction. Silton, good morning to you. Silton says this, hey, good morning, Andre, Tony, and Keena. Always a pleasure listening. Y'all does make my day. I enjoyed chicken back so much long ago. Everyone in the neighborhood loved backs. At that time, chicken backs had a lot of meat on it. Really? Okay, chicken backs had a lot of meat on it. I had loved to eat the long end to the back.
Oh, right, that's the bony part.
Okay, because of that, they named our street Chicken Back Street. And up to now, Chicken Back Street is still Chicken Back Street. That's La Guerre Babonneau. Imagine that.
Chicken Back Street.
Yeah. Jesse Matherin says this. Good morning, Andre, Tony, and Keena. Great
Good
show.
morning.
I'm always Yes, I'm going through that same situation with a son of mine. He leaves, never say where he's going. Also comes in late and never say a word.
Yeah, a lot of parents are going through that, I can tell you that.
Yeah. I think because I was going to say it earlier, I had the experience of asking, Mama, can I go on the beach? All the fellas outside the door, ready to go on the beach. Mama, can I go on the beach? Tibai, upahali as beach. The fellas just have to go,
So you're busy.
So I just figure, okay, I ain't asking you, I just go in.
Oh, that's how it started.
That's how it started.
Oh, okay.
I ask you, most times you will say no. You know what I mean?
So you just kind of...
I just gone. You know what I mean? Okay, West State West says a pleasant good morning to all, especially the host, AP, TP, and the lovely Keena from Sulphur City.
Good morning.
Barbara Augustine says, my favorite people, good morning. Always a pleasure listening to Hard Drive. Thanks for sharing the live. People, great job. West State West says, there's always an accomplice. The crime situation in the Caribbean is not a joke. She continues, the islands, when it comes to crime situation, will have a hard time. And continues saying, blame France and its allies for Haiti's problems. Also continuing with Benin is also part of Haiti's situation.
Benin?
Yes. And the Clintons raised millions for Haiti. Where is it? They never gave it. It's not just corruption, but also the international community is creating the cheating problems for Haiti. Is creating the problems for Haiti. All right, that's from West Day Duet.
Thanks, West
All right, there's this person says, as of now, Israel is starving Palestinians, kids dying of starvation, etc. That is so true. Like I said, I went and I watched it. Hamas is an excuse. The Jews believe that the Palestinian territories are theirs, that God left it to them, the Jews, so they want to wipe out the Palestinians so they can take their land.
Correct is right.
That's true. Sylvester Bissett, the weatherman, says, good morning to the entire Rev-Up family. Rev-Up, number one. Thank you so much for that, man, Sylvester.
Thanks a lot, partner.
Yeah. Alexandrine Lisa says, good morning, Rev-Up family, Paul Brothers and Keena. Blessed Wednesday to all. Thank you, Alexandrine. She continues by saying, wishing my dear granddaughter, Cassie, happy 3rd birthday, and my cousin Brandon, who's celebrating his 16th birthday today as well. So, Alexandrine, happy birthday to Cassie, your granddaughter, and also your cousin Brandon. Wish them all the very best, long life and happiness, peace and love. John Flavian says, good morning, brothers and Miss K. Wishing you guys a blessed day. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
He continues by saying, congratulations to our very own Chairman's Reserve Spice for winning a bronze medal at the World Rum Awards 2025.
Congratulations.
John, thanks for saying that, man. I guess maybe I should try the spice. All right, Chairman Spice. Okay. Carmen Salapang, we have not heard from you in a while. She says, happy morning, St. Lucia.
Happy morning, afternoon, night to you, Carmen Salapang. So it's a pleasure hearing from you. Yes, hope you're doing well, hope your family is well, and that hopefully one day, we can meet. That'd be very nice.
The Filipino.
Yeah.
All right.
Unfortunately, it can't be me coming there to the Philippines. I don't like flying. I don't like it. So you gotta come to me, man.
All right. So Peter Gillard says, good morning, Rev-Up listeners, viewers, and crew. It's another Wednesday. He's separated.
Yeah, just kind of, right.
Right. And weird things continue to happen. Don't be part of it. Love. You all have a wonderful day. And he sends Keena the usual mwah. So this thing is taking off, man.
Thank you.
Mwah. All right. Okay, this one comes from Oreo Cockfred.
I haven't heard from him in a while.
That's true. So you remember the name? Yeah. Jules. Happy Wednesday to my mother from Oreo Cockfred Jules. Oreo. Thanks again. Carmen Salapang came back and said, happy listening, everyone.
All right,
that wraps it up.
Do you like flying, Tony? Keena, you like?
Yeah, I do.
I don't like flying, but if I have to fly, I fly. With, the faith of God, I say, well, okay, let's go. I'm doing this. Let's do it. But I don't like it.
Yeah,
yeah, man. I love. Remember Don? Don used to love and Don.
I have friends, Tony. They love it. They love it. They just love the excitement of boarding the aircraft and so on.
Right.
And they love going in a hotel, right?
I love it.
And exploring new environments. Some people are like that.
Yeah.
I can't take it. I can't take it. Except, hey, there's some good news. I read recently that this protocol that they had, where you have to remove your shoes.
Remove your shoes.
They're stopping that in certain airports in the U.S. I hope we follow suit. I hope at some point.
We do as well.
Yeah, because as always, we're always taking up something and then we will be the last to remove it.
I'm surprised they ain't start telling people to take their wig off.
That's true. Now, listen to that. Listen to that. That policy of removing your shoes, right, started in 2006. After a guy called Richard Reed. He tried to blow up an American Airlines flight. Imagine that.
Yes.
You see how interconnected we are?
Yes.
One person did that, and that has affected millions of people.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
So there's a flight from Paris to Miami with explosives packed in his shoes.
Yeah.
The explosives failed to detonate, and Reed was held down by fellow passengers and the flight crew.
I remember that.
Now, if that flight was packed up with lotions, what do you think would happen? You think they'd hold me down?
You're mad.
But that's just so amazing that this one guy tried this thing, and this has impacted so many lives. I don't like it when I remove my. Oh my God!
Yeah.
So all these things make me get turned off.
Remove your cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, take off every single thing you have on you, put it on, then you have to put back if it's gold, jewelry, whatever, your watch, you have to take off every shite.
And I understand, and I don't think that's ever happened to me, where they pick you, this random thing, they just pick you out.
Andre,
No, it's never happened.
every time I travel.
Oh, really?
And
Every time. Every time.
I don't think that's happened. Did it happen to me?
Yep. They picked me out. The worst one was in Puerto Rico. Andre, for the duration of, you in transit and so. So we go to Puerto Rico and take the flight from Puerto Rico to New York. Andre, for the duration, the entire duration, when they were ready to board people, then they let me go.
What?
What?
What was the reason? What did
They
they
gave
say?
some stupid excuse.
I wonder how they pick you out, how they pick up, how they pick somebody with this thing.
I think I finally figured it out.
Were you acting suspicious?
No. Okay, the only suspicion, Blau and myself traveled. And, they monitor you. They just had people just watching the monitors to see who looks suspicious or whatever. And we traveled together. So we just pick up that's what they said to me. We just pick up each other's bag, I pick up his bag and thing, you know what I mean?
Oh.
So I pick up his bag and, you know what I mean? So that looked like, wait a second, but that's not your bag. Why you pick up the man's bag, you know what I mean?
Oh,
so that's the excuse that they gave.
Yeah.
And they put me in this room. They isolated me.
And for how long? For how long?
Andre, for the duration of the time until we board the next flight.
So it'll be like, what, an hour?
Maybe it felt like more than that. But maybe like you said, maybe about an hour.
You see this kind of
Did they
thing?
go through your bags? Nothing?
I was not there, so I have no idea. Maybe they did. But remember, they isolated me, they put me in this place.
I hate
just
those things.
sit in there. And obviously, they were probably monitoring me. And then a guy came to me and asked me questions about where I work and all kinds of stuff like that. I finally figured it out. And I tell you, that was the worst, huh? But almost every time I traveled, after that, it was like just the same. Not isolating me, but a lot of questions. Yes, and they pushed me aside. They did it here in St. Lucia one time, I remember. They said you were chosen randomly. So
I wonder how they choose the person randomly. There must be some criteria, something. Because I heard former Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony says, happened to him already,
Andre, I just didn't want to say because I figure people may not believe me.
Yeah,
I've said it before?
Yes.
He was right there with me that day they isolated me. He was right there too. And he was like, I guess he was a little upset, you know what I mean? And I asked him, I said, hey, wow, even you know what I mean? And he almost didn't even answer me. Or if he answered, I didn't hear.
The experience I had was when Bino was a lot younger at that time. She was traveling back to French Guiana. So I didn't want her to kind of like take the flight from St. Lucia to Martinique and then board the other flight by herself. So I decided to travel with her. She may be listening right now, with Don and Jonathan. So we boarded the flight. I took the flight from St. Lucia to Martinique, and of course from Martinique back to St. Lucia. So when I got to Martinique, she was about to make her exit. So I asked somebody in the airport, because remember everything's in French. So I asked somebody in the airport, where would my daughter have to board the flight and so on. That's all I asked. And the man just said, stay right there. The man took me took Abina, brought us someplace there, and interrogated us,
Really?
Oh, wow.
I was really upset about it, but then again, not my country. I have to chill. I have to chill out. But I was really. I have never been to Martinique since that time.
Okay. Here's the other one that was really bad, Andrew.
Telling me, oh, sorry about that. We're not taking any chances. But I said, all I asked was, how can my daughter where does she have to go? Because she's in French. I don't understand what was written there.
Right.
That's all I did.
Right. The first time it happened to me was me leaving Antigua to go to St. Croix. It was not to work then. It was just to vacation to look up our mother and stuff, We had the green card already and everything. And I went there. Andrew, the people hold me. To me, that one was even longer. Yes, that one was longer. Yes, that one was longer than the hour because, again, the flight is ready to take off. So after about an hour or so, they let me go from Puerto Rico to New York. That one was longer because I was going in St. Croix to stay there for maybe a few weeks and something.
Mm-hmm.
And they checked. They say, I have green card and everything, and you're out for so long because I was living in Antigua and stuff. Andrew, the people hold me there for hours. I ain't gonna lie, that one was the worst. Hours. I just, me, Andrew, always calm and cool and collected. I was upset because I'm thinking, okay, what? And I know I ain't do nothing wrong, so I'm fine. But of course, just the inconvenience of all of that. Eventually, they came in and they said to me, well, okay, you gave the wrong address, where you're staying and all of that, and the green card has a problem. Something is wrong on the green card. I'm like, what? Okay. So take it. I remember this guy coming to me and saying, we have to take taxes on these things. He was mad. You have to pay taxes on these things, and you're staying out all of that, you know what I mean?
The one thing I hate is just customs going through my bags.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured out a formula. They ain't going in it no more.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna share.
You put a misao inside there.
I'm not going to share because the first time I did it, right? I was traveling back to St. Lucia. And I'm like, you know what? I'm so tired. I just want to get home when I get to St. Lucia, and that's it. So, sanitary napkins. No. Just a pack of sanitary napkins. I'm like, you're gonna go for my bag anyways.
I thought it was a used one.
No, not used or anything.
Because that would.
I just took a pack of sanitary and I just opened it. I was like, I'm putting it right there because you know what? And when I go to St. Lucia, the customs officer opened my bag. He's like, oh, okay.
So what is the thing about the sanitary?
I don't know. I was just like, I'm just tired. Sometimes you're so tired, your feet is hurting.
But why would it have that effect on the customs officers?
I don't know. Maybe they think I had my cycle or something.
Oh, okay.
And I did actually. I did. So I was like, you know what? I just want to go. I'm just tired. I'm drained. Whatever. And I had some in my, my handbag as well. So until I just put it, I was like. So when he opened, it's like, I was like, yeah. I was like, go.
Just before we go, though, somebody sent a very important message. I saw it towards the end. You're not taking your time to read the messages. And I thought, okay. Yes. So seeing it for the first time, it's difficult. It's, then I went back to look at what the person wrote. And I'm like, it's not bad at all. So I could probably read it. I thought the person was trying to give some blows. I guess I could read it. So here's what it says. This is for the lottery board. You're making all the money. Remember, I kind of started saying something about that?
You did.
I just thought, okay, it might be something that we probably don't need to. You're making all the money on people. That $35 you're giving people for just 4 numbers, that's unfair. It should be at least $10,000, please. That's for 4 numbers. And 5 numbers should be more, not $500.
I agree.
So you see, that's why I figured, not bad. So I took my time to look at it, and I'm like, hey, not bad at all.
$35.
So I'm glad you came back and said that, and there was time for me to look at it and read it.
Yeah. Just going back to our story about the removal of the shoes at the airport. That was actually in place for about 20 years since that incident.
Yeah. Finally, it's
20 years. So it's being phased out.
Sure, it was not since 9/11, but they started doing all that thing?
Before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, since 2006.
Okay.
When that incident actually happened.
Okay.
All right. So it's being phased out. So let's hope that we in St. Lucia we move in that direction as well.
I'm sure
Because you know
we'll
the way
follow
we
suit.
are, we like to hold on to old
Yeah,
things.
I'm sure we'll follow suit.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. Okay, so we got to wrap things up. So what's happening today, Keena, on the
Well,
show?
on the Rev-Up Center today, St. Lucia secures a $7 million in funding to improve water infrastructure.
Oh,
in
yes,
St.
yes.
Lucia, so
I
that's
heard about that. Mhm.
And we spoke about, Tony briefly, he read it, the landmark LGBTQ rights, homosexuality
Right.
is now decriminalized here.
Now, I don't
So-
understand why that didn't make headlines across. I mean, that's a big story. I saw it while you were
Yeah,
talking.
it is a big story. So
It's
many
a big
news
story.
agencies are covering it, actually.
I found it on ABC News.
ABC has it, Reuters has it.
It's all over
so
the
many
place
has
there.
it, yeah.
But I mean, wow. But I
Here
didn't.
as well, they've covered it. As well, Grenada Prime Minister is pushing for a bold digital future for the Caribbean. And Japan, they've launched smart toilets.
Smart toilets.
So if you sit on there, something is wrong with your digestive system, you poop, it's going to say, hey, ding, 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 something wrong here.
Really?
You don't get checked. And scientists are now using a common cold sore virus to fight cancer as well. We also have the Rev-Up St. Lucia News with Andre Paul at 1 p.m., the hit of the day, the one-hit wonder, and the riddle for the day as well.
Okay, I'll certainly be following up on that story
Right.
with the buggery law
Yes.
that's been repealed. I wish we had time to talk about that, but we
Yeah.
don't have the time right now. So we got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So this has been Hard Drive for today. Tomorrow, no Hard Drive. On Friday is going to be a holiday.
Yeah.
So Emancipation Day.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
So
but tomorrow, meet the opposition?
yes, tomorrow
Tomorrow is
meet the
mid-dawn.
opposition. Meet the opposition. That's right. Tomorrow Thursday, and I imagine there'll be no meet the minister on Friday.
And no Rev-Up
Top 10.
Top 10.
Oh,
on
yes.
Friday.
No,
Yes.
okay. All right, great stuff. So Hard Drive was brought to you the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor, JJ's Paradise, and Joseph Shipping Agency. Joseph Shipping Agency, the only agency in St. Lucia with 24 hours efficient service. When everyone else is asleep, we are awake. Call Joseph Shipping Agency at 484-8888. That's 484-8888. Joseph's Shipping Agency. At JJ's Paradise, we're now offering day pass specials for adults at a cost of $75 EC and children $45 EC, which includes pool access, one free drink, lunch, buffet style, and dessert. Our favorite, ice cream. Children over 12 years will pay the adult price. Book a room for an additional $165 from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 721-7693. That's 721-7693 and book a day pass package at JJ's Paradise today. Towels are not provided.
At Randallie's Funeral Parlor, we strive to bring you and your family the highest level of comfort, absolute satisfaction, and peace of mind during your most sorrowful time of need.
Our professional standards and quality services are second to none. We offer ground burials, burials at sea, cremations, and embalming, fine locally made coffins, internationally made caskets, 24-hour emergency, shipping and receiving the deceased to and from overseas.
Ram Valley's signature funeral package includes a casket or coffin collection, refrigeration and preparation of the body, hearse services, 100 funeral leaflets, 12 memorial buttons, 6 keurings, 10 corsages, and 1 framed photo.
Ram Valley's Funeral Parlor, Calvary Road, Castries, and Lartuni, Beaufort. For more information, please call 758-452-2021 or 758-454-9239.
Tune in now, don't wait no more. Rev-Up 97.1, feel the beat from shore.